Hello everyone, my name is John from Vulgar Kitten Studios and welcome back to our WordPress tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to improve your database security just a little bit by changing the default WP table prefix. Now this is actually a lot harder task than what you might think it would be, just renaming tables and stuff. So we're going to try to go through this fairly quickly and I'll touch on all of the aspects that you will actually need to change in your database. So firstly, we'll go ahead and open up our browser. We can see we have WordPress test here. And let's go ahead and open up our phpMyAdmin. So we'll go to phpMyAdmin and we're going to be running SQL on WordPress. So we'll select the WordPress table and go to SQL. Now the first thing that we need to do is select a table prefix. So let's go ahead and Control-Alt-T as well. And let's go ahead and log in as root, so sudo techs, and we'll do this. And let's go ahead and cd into var www wordpress public html. And we can go ahead and ls out here, and we remember creating the wp config file, so let's go ahead and copy that, and nano on that. And so let's go ahead and look through here. We're going to want to find the table prefix. So I'm going to search for prefix. And here's the table prefix. So this is the default table prefix that would come with a standard WP installation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the WP prefix. I'm just going to hit my keyboard a couple times just to make some random letters, and I'm going to hit the numbers a couple times just to make some random numbers and letters. So we'll need to go ahead and copy those. So I'm going to select these and copy that, and we'll go ahead and open up something like gedit, and just paste that in here. So now we have our table prefix. Let's go ahead and grab this, and let's go back over to our table here, and we're going to have to rename every single one of these tables. And we can do that one of two ways. We can either come in here one at a time, or go to the structure here, and we can just select one. Wait a second, browse structure. Okay, so let's select the database, and now we're in structure. There should be a way to change it. Maybe not manually. Maybe we can't do that manually, but we can actually change it by running SQL, and that's how we're going to do that. And this is going to get a little bit tedious, so just bear with me. We're going to write out some SQL, and we're going to call this, or we're going to start out with rename, all capitals, and we're going to rename the table all lowercase, and then we're going to use two backticks to indicate what table we want to rename. And if you can't see that, I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit on my browser. Backtick is the key that's directly underneath your escape key, so the same key that tilde is on, just without shift. And so we're going to rename WP I think it's comment meta is what it's called, and we're going to rename that to a couple backticks, put in our table prefix and an underscore, and then call that comment meta, like so, and we'll end that with a semicolon. Now we're going to need to do the same thing with all of our other tables as well. So we'll come down and we'll just change this to comments, so WP comments, and rename this to comments. So you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick and pause the video, and I'll be right back, so that way you don't have to sit there and watch me do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this SQL. Let me just back out a little bit, reset this to default, and we'll go ahead and click go. And that looks like I misspelled that, so let me just find this. I put an extra term on there, and we don't need that extra term, so and comment meta let's see, already exists. Okay, so let me just refresh or copy all this out of here, and comment meta already exists, or does it? Okay, so let's refresh phpMyAdmin. If you get an error in your syntax, then that's what's going to happen. And so now we need to get everything down to here. So I'm going to go back to SQL and just copy that. And where this ends is in terms. So I'm going to take everything from terms out, and then just click go. And there we go. So now we've renamed everything. And so that's not all we need to do. We need to rename a couple of other things. And one more time, I'm just going to refresh phpMyAdmin. So localhost phpMyAdmin. Come back into WordPress, and we'll go to SQL, and we're going to select star from our newly configured prefix, which is dsdfu underscore 49, what is it, 49w6, yeah, 49w6 underscore options, where option name is like, and in here we're going to use single quotes and use 2% signs, and in here WP underscore. So we're going to select everything that has a WP underscore prefix, and here it is. So now we can see that we have this one user roles. We can edit this, and we're going to change the name to dsdfu underscore 49w6, and go ahead and go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go back into options, and we know that that's changed because it didn't come up in the other list. Finally, let's go ahead and go back into here, and we're going to select all from, let me get rid of options here, select all from user meta, where the meta key, meta underscore key, is like, and then the same thing, WP underscore. Go ahead and click go. And then we have a couple in here, so let's go ahead and edit this and change that to the proper dsfu 49w6, and go. And we got a couple more, so we'll go ahead and edit this. dsdfu, let's see, okay, 49w6, and I hope I did that right, that last one I mean. So we'll go ahead and rename that, and I probably should be using gedit for this, so let me just get that. That's the whole reason we did it. I'm going to go ahead and click go, and I think I might have called it dsfu, so let me just do where the meta key is like dsfu. Yep, so I need to rename this to the proper extension, or the proper table prefix, or else that won't work. I would have broken the system right there if I got that wrong. So we're going to let that go, and that should work. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this as well, just in case it doesn't. Okay, it looks like it's gotten stuck, but it is actually changed, so we can see that that is changed properly. So let's just go ahead and get out of there. I just ran into the query to make sure that it was changed to the appropriate name, and now everything should still work. Let's go ahead and refresh, and ooh, okay, so it wants us to redo that. Okay, so that means that our table prefix is probably incorrect. Let's go ahead and copy this back, and we'll go back into our terminal, and let me just nano wp config and prefix. Okay, so I never saved that out. We're going to need to put that in there, and I believe that we put an underscore on the end. And there we go. Okay, so everything still works, and we've changed our table prefix appropriately. So let's go ahead and go back into WP admin, log in, and we can still log in. Everything still works. So let's go ahead and add a new post, and we'll just do a hello world this time. Hello world, and hello world. I don't know why that happened. That's weird. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and publish. It's like a JavaScript error or something made TinyMCE not work, or not work the way I expected it to. Go ahead and load this up, and we still get hello world. Everything still works, and we're good. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video in the future.